You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's the bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris. How you doing, Dan?
Did I miss it? This Friday, right? It's Friday.
It's Labor Day
Friday.
weekend.
We're working hi, Heidi.
Hey!
How's it going? Did you get something different with your hair there?
I did it today.
My life. Actually
Compared
did
to
it
yesterday,
today.
she looks fabulous.
You know, this is kind of between me and Heidi.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'll just get over here.
Yeah, okay, let's see what's going on. The only reason I'm noting this is, I've thought about this over the years, like you watch like an old medieval movie or you look through, olden times and
Medieval
movies. Okay. People had different, for instance, it's a birthday today.
Okay.
They would have been celebrating his birthday. He was born in 1334.
So he's not still with us.
He was former king of Spain, Peter the Cruel.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, that's a cool name.
What if people still did that, man? That'd be just hilarious.
Right.
Like, there goes Patrick the Whiny.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Bob the Moist. And, of course, everyone's favorite, Karen the Annoying.
I actually do still do that. They're not aware of it.
No, they're not aware of it.
But I do have names like that.
These were names they went by back then.
I go by John the Jolly because I like that.
I just love that. Hey, happy birthday to Peter the Cruel. Yeah. Don't look him in the eye. Just keep moving.
That is such a cool name.
Nasty.
I like the ones that are the Great. Catherine the Great.
There were a lot of greats.
Yeah.
There were a lot of greats. Not many of the Cruels. I don't know that I've ever heard that one before.
Normal people. Cameron Diaz, actress, is 47 today.
Oh, happy birthday, Cameron.
And the Sunshine Girl actually turns 46. And by the way, if you're listening, I am the best you've ever had.
And he's quite modest, too.
And boom.
I don't know where to go from there, other than we'll be back in a bit. Thanks for listening to Sunny 93.3.
Do you use a credit card? Is it a good one? Do you get points and perks? Are they for things that you actually use? We have a site that compares credit cards from a bunch of different banks and from a bunch of different credit card companies to help you find the very best credit card for you. It's absolutely free to see if there's a better credit card for you at bettercreditcards.net. With many of the credit cards, you can even roll over a balance if you find a better deal. Check it out now at bettercreditcards.net.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3, and it's time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I love to wrestle bears and lasso ducks. Run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Heidi. Hello, John.
Hey, Ranger Dan.
Oh, my little radio rangers at home and around, and I'm sure you're packing everything you're going to need for what could very possibly be one of the greatest weekends of your little Radio Ranger lives.
This
of course,
haven't been canceled yet?
Say, well, nope. Ranger Dan's Child Labor Day Weekend Camp, of course, fires up tomorrow at noon. Hey, moms and dads, just boot that little criminal right out there in the parking lot at Leif Erickson and just keep on driving. In fact, you don't even have to stop. Slow down to a crawl, open the door, boot them, and me and my associates, Rico Raccoon and Punchy, the gun-toting possum, will make sure they got everything they
Tuck
need.
and roll, kids.
Gotten a few more inquiries on this, and the outpouring's been absolutely insane. We have a little over 200 little Radio Rangers going to be helping out.
I noticed a lot of those inquiries are from the authorities, though.
Working on, well, it's full-blown capitalism is what it is. We're going to be manufacturing Ranger Dan swag, some hats, some batches, and some tasers that'll be stationed all over better truck stops all over South Dakota.
Nice.
And they'll be going home with some money in their pockets.
They
It's
sure
a good
will.
thing.
12 cents a unit.
I like that.
Some of the parents have been going, so what is this, just a work thing, Ranger Dan? You're just going to work my little snowflake right to death? Well, no, it's just 2 16-hour shifts.
Which is really, I mean, there's
Is that
24
all?
hours in a
Here's
day.
what, if we hit quota, there might be some fireworks, maybe some s'mores.
How many units is the quota?
It's 5,000.
5,000 units.
5,000 hats, 5,000 badges, 5,000 tasers.
Yeah.
For each kid, or that's total?
That's total.
Oh, okay. Well, that's doable.
That's total. Plus, up on the big screen, we're going to be running, because things got to be inspirational. I thought, I am a ranger. This is outdoors. We'll be running the entire 10-film series, Children of the Corn.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't know there were 10 of
Just
those.
to give the youngsters an idea, hey, when kids get together and
Great
work
things can
together,
happen.
amazing things
Yeah.
can happen.
Also, to show them if they run off from the camp, there's really nowhere safe to go.
Certainly isn't. And again, I'm glad you brought that up, and I think I may have mentioned this in a show earlier this week, but there'll be no phones, no recording device, no cameras of any sort. And Rico and Punchy will be taking their shoes, because that cuts way down on that whole run thing.
On the running. I'm sure it does.
All right, here's a little bit about critters, because that's what we're here for. Crows. Who doesn't love crows? I love crows. They're big, they're black, they're loud, and they are super smart. Did you know, little radio rangers, that the brain-to-body ratio of the crow is the biggest of any bird on the planet?
Nice.
And I mean the planet, and according to experts, there's dozens of birds in the world. In fact, consider this. True story. Crows have been known that if they find a nut that they can't happen to crack open and eat what's inside, they will drop it or roll it out onto a road and wait for a vehicle to run it over.
Oh, see? That
That's
is
how
actually
bright
really
they are.
smart. Yeah.
So there you go.
That's
There
pretty
you
cool.
go. So again, yeah, that's super interesting. I love crows. But hey, this weekend, it's going to be awesome, and I need the money. Again, Ranger Dan's Child Labor Day Weekend Camp runs noon tomorrow to noon on Monday. Let's get after it, man. That's it for me. Hey, in the meantime, until I catch up with you tomorrow, little Radio Rangers, stay in school, go to church, say your prayers, eat your vegetables, don't play soccer, and goodness gracious, don't let me catch you wearing Crocs. Ranger Dan out? Yes, sir.
Again, Ranger Dan's Critter Corner right here on Sunny 93.3.
How much do you pay for cable TV or satellite each month? Many people spend well over $100 every month for TV. But many smart consumers are cutting the cable and satellite with ChannelSurferTV.com. We have some amazing HD antennas that allow you to pick up a bunch of local TV networks for free. We also have a DVR that allows you to record the shows and watch them when you have time. Watch TV with no monthly fee with ChannelSurferTV.com. That's ChannelSurferTV.com.
Sunny 93.3, thank you for listening on a Friday. We've got a little thing we do every day at this time called Water Cooler Talk, brought to you by Aqua One. And Mr. Dan Farris, the almost award-winning journalist, is here to tell us a little something about a little something.
Yeah, I'm a hardcore investigative reporter.
Oh, that's what it
We're
is.
a dying breed.
I knew there was something.
I burn up shoe leather, pound on desk, demand answers. That's what I do. Normally we talk about what's going on around Sioux Falls, but
Right.
this story really, it's like, huh? I mean, it's a big, huh?
What's that?
Dateline, Des Moines, Iowa,
Okay.
which, if I'm not mistaken, is somewhere in Iowa.
It is. In the middle of...
This is just strange. A Des Moines funeral home is putting out a call for families to come and pick up the unclaimed remains of some 300 people.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, here's the skinny television station KCCI has given me this exclusive report
Okay.
that Hamilton's funeral home is searching for families who apparently, for whatever reason, have forgotten loved ones whose cremated remains have been left at the funeral home. Some of these remains have sat at Hamilton's for over 20 years at this point.
Are you kidding me?
I would say at a certain point.
I don't think they're coming back.
Right. I would say at a certain point, we're just filling the planters because
A spokesman for Hamilton's, Lenny Strovers, close personal friend of mine, I've never met her in my life, says some families apparently sometimes just aren't emotionally ready to immediately take home a loved one's remains, and they will leave them at the funeral home for a bit.
Okay.
But she's saying others apparently simply forget to pick them up, and still some others mistakenly think another family member or close family friend has picked up the remains.
I thought
well,
you
wouldn't they
got-
have the contact information for all these people? Couldn't they say, "Hey, look, you coming to get grandma or what?"
Normally, because the way, and frankly, I just went through this process just
Very few
a few
anonymous
weeks
funerals,
back.
yeah.
But number one, you have to prepay, and yeah, there's paperwork to fill out. So this is just,
It's bizarre that they have to go on the news. Can't they just call the family?
Yeah, Strover says she's now been working for 2 years plus to place the remains of these 300 plus individuals.
Holy cow.
Says she has had some success, but those remains that aren't claimed in the coming weeks are going to be buried in a mass service September 26th at Avon Lake Cemetery. So,
holy cow.
Yeah, that's just... 300 people.
That's insane.
They didn't forget about it. They just didn't like them.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3.
It's T-shirt weather. Be sure to show off your personality with an awesome, funny shirt from FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. We have some of our own funny T-shirt designs, but we're excited to have thousands of funny designs from other amazingly talented designers too. At FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. Did you know you can even upload your own designs and make money with your twisted sense of humor? Why not? Check it out. FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. That's FunkyMonkeyShirts.com.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. Thank you so much for listening to Sunny 93.3. Coming up in just a bit, we have entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris. That's on the way. Thanks for listening this morning.
Do you use a credit card? Is it a good one? Do you get points and perks? Are they for things that you actually use? We have a site that compares credit cards from a bunch of different banks and from a bunch of different credit card companies to help you find the very best credit card for you. It's absolutely free to see if there's a better credit card for you at bettercreditcards.net. With many of the credit cards, you can even roll over a balance if you find a better deal. Check it out now at bettercreditcards.net.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You're listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Celebrities, they are
Fabulous.
yellow. Oh, so, and you ride that celebrity train, you ride that lightning, you're super famous, and everybody loves you. But a lot of times that whole thing will kind of crash and burn, and you kind of look around and you go, wait a minute, I'm an actress. I have an uncanny knack for fashion design and or skincare products. So you reinvent yourself and you simply won't go away, although generally speaking, the public would probably wish you would. What's going on? Here comes a comeback story, but I do kind of dig her. Gwen Stefani's getting back into judge's chair for The Voice.
Oh, nice.
Going to be rejoining her boyfriend, her man, Blake Shelton.
Yeah.
Yep, there's a vacant chair because, as you may or may not recall, Adam Levine stepped down.
Yeah, and he's been on there since the beginning, right?
Well, he wanted to bail. He kind of needed to bail for, he's been kind of laying low since that Super Bowl halftime performance back in February.
Really?
Yeah, I would too.
Wasn't good?
I would have pulled the plug too, Adam. Good call.
I don't really remember that.
Gwen Stefani will be filling a coach chair along with the rest of the regulars, Blake Shelton, as we mentioned, Kelly Clarkson, who I really like, and now she's got her own talk show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and John Legend, who absolutely does not like America at all, but
really,
he's a pretty good coach. According to Gwen, my day is now 100% better, she said. I'll be back on stage with Blake. She was there when 2014.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, and has been back since. But Gwen, who's now 49, Blake is 43. Will they get married? I don't know. That's for a different show. I'm tracking it really, really close.
You're waiting for the invite.
That's what I do. Yeah, if I pick up a sniff of that, man, that's all I'm going to be doing. And Gwen, she's been around like forever. What was the rock band that made her famous? You should know this.
No Doubt.
Yeah, No
yes,
Doubt.
I'm sorry.
No Doubt. Don't Speak is still one of my favorite songs. I think
Really?
It's a great song.
Huh.
That's a true story. I listen to that and I just kind of weep openly in the dark.
That is
Really? In the fetal position?
About things that have gone horribly wrong. Yeah. And my phone can ring and ring and ring, and I'll just let it ring. It doesn't matter who's trying to call me because I need that moment to be alone.
every once in a while. Everybody needs one of those.
Don't speak. I know what you're thinking. I don't need no reason. Don't tell me because it hurts. Oh, don't. Gwen.
Well, Dan, thank you very much, sir.
Don't look at me.
Maybe a little too much information, but we really appreciate
I
it.
do indeed. You have a wonderful Labor Day weekend, Dan. Maybe we'll see you on Monday.
Okay, bye.
If they don't take you on the road with them or something. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3.